हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्दकिञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसीमकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो नेह यत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः प्रसङ्गमजरं पाशम् आत्मनः कवयो विदु स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारमपावृतम्। तितिक्षव कारुणिका सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनां अजातशत्रवः शान्ता साधवः साधुभूषणा सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारं सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गामसम्बुधौ लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य उदाहृतम् अहैतुक्यव्यवहिताया भक्तिपुरुषोत्तमे सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वमप्युत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जनाः। यन्नामधेय श्रवणानुकीर्तनाद्यत्प्रवलनाद्यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्यः सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात्। अहो बतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम् ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुः सस्मरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. We are going to begin a new chapter today, chapter number 32 of the third canto. So, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter 32, entitled Entanglement in Fruitive Activities, text 1. Shri Kapila Uvacha Athoyo Grihamedhiyan Dharman Eva Vasangrihe Kamamartham Cha Dharman Swan Dogdhi Bhuya Vipartitan. The personality of Godhead, Sri Kapil Dev, said, the person who lives in the center of household life derives material benefits by performing religious rituals, and thereby he fulfills his desire for economic development and sense gratification. Kaman, Arthan, Chadharman, Swan. Again and again, he acts the same way. Dogdhi Bhuya Piparti Tan. Again and again, he does the same things. Puna Punascharvita Charvanana. Who Athayo Griha Medhiyan. Bhagwan Shri Kapil Dev is speaking here about the Grihamedhis. They perform religious activity, dharma, simply to get economic development and sense gratification. Dharma can be practiced for economic development and sense gratification also. We should be aware of that. And that is not bhakti, that is karma kand. And by engaging in karma kand, they go through the same repeated cycles of birth, old age, disease, death, birth, old age, disease, death, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. Purport by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhai Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, there are two kinds of householders. One is a Grihamedi, the other is Grihastha. The Grihamedi wants to do sense gratification. Srila Prabhupada says the objective of the Grihamedi is sense gratification. The objective of the Grihastha is self-realization. The Grihastha wants to understand Krishna, wants to understand their relationship with Krishna, and wants to attain Krishna. Whereas the Grihamedi wants to engage in sense gratification. So Grihamedi remains in this material world, Srila Prabhupada says. Text 2. Lord Kapil Dev is continuing to instruct his mother, Shri Devati Devi. Sachapi Bhagavad Dharma Kama Mudha Paranmukha Yajate Kratubhir Devan Pitrimscha Shraddhayanvitaha. Such persons are ever bereft of devotional service. Who is bereft of devotional service? Bereft means they cannot get. Who is it? Which type of people don't get devotional service, don't get bhakti? Those who are Grihamedhis. Such persons are ever bereft of devotional service due to being too attached to sense gratification. And therefore, although they perform various kinds of sacrifices and take great vows to satisfy the demigods and forefathers, they are not interested in Krishna consciousness, devotional service. We see people who are interested in demigod worship, or they are interested in following certain rituals where they will do shraddha of their ancestors very religiously, or they will do some demigod worship very religiously. But when it comes to Krishna consciousness, they are not interested. These are the Grihamedhis. Apparently, they seem to be following dharma, but still they are called Grihamedhis, and very strong words are used by Shri Kapil Dev Bhagwan here. Kama Mudha. So Srila Prabhupada is going to explain all that in the purport. So let's look at the purport. Srila Prabhupada writes in Bhagavad Gita 7.20, it is said that persons who worship demigods have lost their intelligence. Kama is taister rita jnana prapadyante anya devata. Lord Krishna says those who have lost their intelligence, they surrender to other demigods. They are much attracted to sense gratification and therefore they worship demigods. If there is some problem going on in their life, they will worship a particular demigod. They want good grades in exams, they will worship a particular demigod. They want money, they will worship a particular demigod. They want good health, they will um, worship a particular demigod. Even if you lose a particular thing, there is a mantra of one demigod. Once I could not find my car keys, and somebody told me, you chant this mantra and you will get the car key. So, for various purposes, there are mantras, but is Krishna incapable of giving us the car key if we are destined to get it? Why should we go here and there? We will chant one mantra, we will pray to one God. एक भरोसो, एक बल, एक आस विश्वास, रामचंद्र घनश्याम और चातक तुलसीदास. Shri Tulsidas says, एक भरोसो एक आस, one faith, one pointed surrender, one pointed devotion that is required. Lord Ram is like the rain-filled cloud, and I, Tulsidas, I am like a chatak bird, just looking at the rain-filled cloud, waiting. When will the rain-filled cloud shower rain, and I will only drink that water. I will not drink water from anywhere else. Similarly, a devotee will not ask anything to anybody else. Whatever it is, we will talk to our Ishtadev. We will talk to our worshipable sweet Lord, Radha and Krishna, like that. Now, Srila Prabhupada, towards the end of the purport, says the word Kama Mudha. See, in this verse, second line says Kama Mudha. Kama Mudha means one who has lost his intelligence due to attraction for sense gratification. Kama means material desires. Mudha means fool, one who has become foolish because of material desires. Kama Mudhas are bereft of Krishna consciousness. We cannot be fixated on some sense gratification and at the same time be Krishna conscious. Someone may be addicted to intoxication. Someone may be addicted to eating non prasad. Someone may be addicted to illicit sex. Such people cannot be Krishna conscious because sense gratification makes us forgetful of Krishna. The worshippers of demigods are condemned both in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada says. Text 3. Tachradhaya kranta matihi pitradeva vratah puman gatva chandramasam lokam somapaha punar eshyati. Such materialistic persons, attracted by sense gratification and devoted to the forefathers and demigods, can be elevated to the moon, Somapa. And on the moon planet, they get to drink the Soma juice, which is the extract of the Soma plant. But Punar Eshyati, but they have to return again to earth. Bhagwan Kapil Dev Muni is saying that those who are karmakandis, those who perform dharma, those who worship the demigods with the intention of getting material benefits in terms of sense gratification, they are able to go to the moon planet after performing the necessary puja and they enjoy there for some time, but then again they have to come back. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the moon is considered one of the planets of the heavenly kingdom. One can be promoted to this planet by executing different sacrifices recommended in the Vedic literature. Srila Prabhupada says that one cannot go to the moon in a spacecraft. If we see what the astronauts who have been to the moon saw there, what was their experience, what they brought from there, it doesn't really match the description given in the Holy Scriptures about the planet moon. And therefore, there is a difference between going somewhere geographically and actually experiencing that place. For example, someone may ask me, have you been to Germany? And I can say yes. Once when I was going to Vrindavan, my flight was from Atlanta, Lufthansa Airlines. It stopped in Munich and then it went to New Delhi. So for 4 hours, I was in Germany. Haribol. Well, have you seen Germany? Have you experienced Germany? Have you seen this river in Germany? Have you seen that mountain of Germany? Have you seen this city of Germany? Did you see the Berlin Wall? Did you see this museum? Did you see that? No. So, did I really experience Germany? No. So, similarly, some astronauts through their spacecraft may have gone to a certain place, certain satellite of Earth or a planet, moon, but have they really experienced what is there on the moon planet, what the moon planet has to offer? The answer is no. They only got some rocks. So that's like passing through Germany and getting a I love Germany sweatshirt from the airport. Oh, you have been to Germany? Yes. But you didn't experience it. You don't know anything about Germany. You have not experienced life in Germany. So they may have gone geographically, physically, they may have gone, but we understand that the body on the moon planet is a subtle body which does not give the inconvenience of a physical body. It does not have the inconvenience of the physical body. So when Srila Prabhupada says that man did not go to moon in the spacecraft, we have to understand that Srila Prabhupada is right because no human being has had the experience of going to the moon planet where there is so much juice. Neil Armstrong, Edward Eldrin never said that they drank so much juice, which gives so much happiness, good health, long life. No, which means they did not actually experience moon. That we can say for sure. Further down in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, life on the moon is said to last 10,000 years according to the calculation of the demigods. The demigods' time is calculated in such a way that one day, 12 hours over there, is equal to 6 months on this planet, which means one full 24 hours of the Devatas, one day, one night together, is 1 year on Earth. And life on moon lasts for 10,000 such years, celestial years, demigod years. So it's a very long life there. One has to come back further down in the purport. One has to come back to this earth again when the merits of one's pious work in sacrifice are finished. This is also confirmed in Sri Bhagavad Gita 9.21. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. That yes, there is enjoyment, there is sense gratification in the heavenly planets, but once the pious activities are exhausted, then we have to come back to this planet of death, Earth planet. Text 4. Yada chahindra shayayam shete nantasano harihi tadaloka layam yanti taete grihamedhina. What happens to the grihamedhis, the materialistic householders? All the planets of the materialistic persons, grihamedhis, including all the heavenly planets such as the moon, are vanquished when Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Hari, goes to his bed of serpents. Shayayam Ananta Asanaha. His bed, who is Ananta Shesh Bhagavan, Shri Ananta Shesh Bhagavan, who is the king of snakes, Ahi Indra. So when people who are Grihamedhis, they go to all these heavenly planets and Lord Hari goes to bed. Everything is destroyed. All these planets are destroyed. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says in the fifth line from the top, even if one goes to the highest planet Brahmalok, destruction exists there also. Even the planet of Brahma, Lord Brahma, Brahmalok, Satyalok is not eternal. It is also destroyed. Because Brahmaji lives for 100 years of Brahmalok, which is trillions of years on earth. In the second paragraph, Srila Prabhupada writes, there are two kinds of dissolutions, pralaya. One dissolution takes place at the end of the life of Lord Brahma. At that time, all the planetary systems, including the heavenly planets, they are all dissolved in water and everything enters into the body of Shri Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Through that stem of the lotus, everything goes back inside the belly of in the Garbha of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who lies on the Garbhodaka ocean, on the bed of serpents called Shri Ananta Shesh Bhagavan. That's what this verse is saying. The second type of dissolution occurs at the end of Brahma's each day. And that time only the lower planetary systems are destroyed. And when Lord Brahma rises after the night, the next morning when Lord Brahma wakes up, these lower planetary systems are again created. So in this way, there are two types of pralay, two types of dissolutions described here. One is a partial at the end of the day of Brahma, and one is a complete dissolution of the material universe, which happens at the end of the life of Brahma. Text 5. Yesva dharmana dhuyanti धीरा कामार्थ हेतवे निसंगान्यस्त कर्माण prashanta shuddha chetasaha. Very important verse. Please listen carefully. Bhagwan Shri Kapila Dev is saying, those who are intelligent, dhira. Dhira means those who are intelligent, spiritually very inclined. They are of purified consciousness. Shuddha chetasaha. They have pure consciousness. And prashanta. They are very satisfied in Krishna consciousness. Prashanta. Very peaceful, very satisfied in Krishna consciousness. Freed from the modes of material nature. Nisarga. They do not act for sense gratification. Rather, since they are situated in their own occupational duties, they act as one is expected to act. Na kamartha hetave. They don't work for the sake of sense gratification. I will do this work, then I will get this sense gratification. No. Their attitude is not like that. Their attitude is, this is my duty, and therefore I will do it. Whether it is convenient or inconvenient, this is my duty, and I will do it. Such people are dhira. They are spiritually advanced. And they are nisanka. They are beyond the modes of material nature because they are not working for themselves. When we work for ourselves, then the law of karma, modes of material nature apply. But when we do it for Krishna, name karmani limpanti, name karma phala spriha. When we do for Krishna, then the law of karma does not act. We are beyond the modes of material nature, nisanga. And nastya karmana means given up fruitive activities. Now, Srila Prabhupada will explain all this in the purport. The first class example of this type of man who is swadharma, who is fixed in swadharma, but na kamartha hetave, but he is not working for kam. He is nisanga, he is beyond the modes of material nature, he is nyasta karmana, he has given up all sense gratificatory activities. Prashanta, he is very satisfied and peaceful. Shuddha chetasa, and he has got pure consciousness. Srila Prabhupada says, the first class example of this type of man is Arjun. Arjun was Kshatriya, he didn't want to fight, he didn't want to kill his family members. But when Krishna said fight, he fought. In the end of the paragraph, Srila Prabhupada says, Arjun fought not for his sense gratification, but for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Therefore, Arjun is a first class example. In the next paragraph, Srila Prabhupada says, persons who work at their prescribed duties, not for sense gratification, but for gratification of the Supreme Lord, are called Nisanga, freed from the influence of modes of material nature. Nesta Karmana indicates that the results of their activities are given to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nesta Karmana. They are not doing it for themselves. They are offering everything to Krishna. Yat karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhosi dadasyat, yad tapasyasi kaunte tat kurushva mada arpanam. Such devotees are called prashanta. They are completely satisfied. And shuddha chetasaha means they are Krishna conscious. Their consciousness has been purified. Shuddha. Text 6. Nivritti dharma nirata nirmama nirahankrita swadharmaptena satvena parishuddhena chetasa. By executing one's occupational duties, acting with detachment and without a sense of proprietorship or false egoism, one is posted in one's constitutional position by dint of complete purification of consciousness. And by thus executing so called material duties, he can easily enter into the kingdom of God. Bhagavan Kapil Dev is saying that we should perform our duties in this world, the Varnashram duties, with detachment and without a sense of proprietorship. Nir ahankar. In that way, when we are constantly thinking of Krishna, then we will be purified in our consciousness by practicing our own dharma, and we will be able to enter into the kingdom of God. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes here the word nivritti dharma nirata means constantly engaging, dharma nirata, constantly engaging in executing religious activities for detachment. Nivritti. Nivritti means detachment. Now, Srila Prabhupada says something very important, which I request all of you to please remember. This is important. Srila Prabhupada says there are two kinds of religious performances. We perform dharma in two ways. One, called the Pravritti Marg, and the second is called the Nivritti Marg. Pravritti Marg means to be religious, to perform religious activities, but in the mood of a Grihamedhi. Grihamedhi means one who is a householder but is interested in sense gratification. That is a pravritti marg. That, for example, someone said that when a wife is pregnant, give her cow's milk with kesar, saffron on it to drink every day. Hot milk with saffron in it. Then the complexion of the child will be very fair. I was told this once. That you can tell devotees like that. If they want a fair child, is there nothing better in life than to have less melatonin, beg your pardon, less melanin in the skin? Reducing melanin in the skin, is that the perfection of life? The skin is going to burn when the body dies. A person who is fair skinned gets Krishna or what? Does Krishna say? Manmana, bhava, fair complexion, maam evashyasi. You will come to me. ऐसा है? It's not like that. What difference it makes? What is the complexion of the skin? So this is all pravritti marg. That no, no, you do like that. You take that kesher milk and do this, you do that puja and do this mantra and do this purascharya and this sankalpa, and you will get this, you will get good health, you will get good wealth, you will have a comfortable life. You wear this ring, then you will have success. Your job will be good, you will get good money. Your work will be done quickly in life. Wear this gem. So this is all pravritti marg. They are borrowing from dharma only. They are getting all this knowledge from the Vedas. But that is not the real purpose of Vedas. It is for less intelligent people. Nivritti marg means to be completely Krishna conscious, giving up all material activities. That is Nivritti marg. And Nivritti marg is for devotees, grihasthas. And Pravritti marg is for grihamedhis. Pravritti marg keeps us in this material world but gives us sense gratification, which is temporary. There is no guarantee. Even devatas in the heaven, they are there for sense gratification. So many demigods are there for sense gratification. But many times you see there is a Ravan who causes disturbance to them. There is a Hiranyakashipu who causes disturbance to them. There is Bali Maharaj who causes disturbance. There is Vritrasur who causes disturbance. Then they are running, they are become homeless. You see, there is no peace even in the heavenly planets. What to speak of the earthly planet? The best way is to take shelter of Krishna, and that is a Nivritti Marg. To lose all hope of enjoyment in this material world and to take exclusive shelter of Krishna. Text 7. Suryadvarena te yanti purusham vishvato mukham paravaresham prakritim asyotpat antabhavanam. Through the path of illumination, Suryadvarena, such liberated persons approach the complete Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds and is the supreme cause of their manifestation and dissolution. Utpatti means manifestation, Anta means dissolution. Utpatti Anta Bhavanam. He is the cause. He is the cause. If you follow the path of light, Tapasoma, Jyotirgamana. If you follow the path of Jyoti, path of light, Surya Dvarena, then Te Yanti Purusham Vishwatomukham. They will attain the Supreme Purush, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the word Surya Dvarena means by the illuminated path or through the sun planet. The illuminated path is known as devotional service. Haribol. What is Surya Dvarena? The path of light. It is a path of Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada says, devotional service. Few sentences down. The words Purusham Vishwato Mukham mean the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is all perfect. He is the Mukhiya, Mukham. He is the main person, the prime entity. All living entities other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very small. And Krishna is the greatest eternal among all the eternals. Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam. So we should follow the path of light to Krishna. The light of the Bhagavat. 8. Dviparardhavasane yah pralayo brahmanastute tavad adhyasate lokam parasya parachintakaha. Worshippers of the Hiranyagarbha expansion of the personality of Godhead remain within this material world until the end of two parardhas, when Lord Brahma also dies. Very interesting. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, one dissolution is at the end of Brahma's day and one dissolution is at the end of Brahma's life. We already saw that. Brahma dies at the end of two parardhas, at which time the entire material universe is dissolved. So Brahmaji's life is divided into two parardhas. One parardha is 50 years of Brahma. Second parardha is 50 years, the next 50 years. At the end of two parardhas, at the end of 100 years total, Brahmaji dies. And at that time, the entire Brahmanda is destroyed. That universe is destroyed, dissolved. Persons who are worshippers of Hiranyagarbha is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, from whose Garbha appears Hiranya. Hiranya is the name of Lord Brahma. In Kali Santana Upanishad, Hiranya Uvacha. So, Hiranya is a name of Lord Brahma and he appears from the Garbha of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So, the name of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is Hiranyagarbha. So, Hiranyagarbha means those who are expansion of the Purusha avatar of Lord Vishnu, called Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, do not directly approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Vaikuntha. Because they are attached to Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, they will not attain the Vaikuntha in the Paravyam. They remain within this universe on the planet of Lord Brahma, Satyalok planet or other higher planet, until the end of the life of Brahma. Then with Lord Brahma, they are elevated to the spiritual kingdom. At the end of Lord Brahma's life, they are taken to the spiritual world with Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma will take them. The words Parasya Parachintakaha mean always thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Parasya means supreme, transcendental. Chintaka means always think. And we can think of anyone who is a Swamsha of Krishna. We can think of Krishna or we can think of any of the Vishnu Tattva forms of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada quotes from Brahma Samhita, Ramadi Murtishu Kalaniyamena Tishtham. There are many incarnations of Krishna. We can think of any of them. The words Parasya Parachintaka mean those who are fully Krishna conscious. Such persons enter directly into the kingdom of God, the Vaikuntha planets. Or if they are worshippers of the plenary portion, Garbhodakasha Vishnu, they remain within this universe until its dissolution, and after that they enter into Vaikuntha. Is it clear? So if we worship the Purusha avatars, Garbhodakasha Vishnu, then we will have to stay here with Lord Brahma, and at the end of two parardhas, at the end of the life of Brahma, we will be able to go to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. But if we worship one of the Vaikuntha Vishnu Tattva forms, like Lord Ramachandra, then we will be able to go to the Vaikuntha in the spiritual world, or Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. If we worship, then we will go to Krishna. Text 9. Shmambho नलानीलवियन्मन इन्द्रियार्थ भूतादिभिः परिवृतं प्रतिसञ्जिहीर्षुः अव्याकृतं विशति यर्हि गुणत्रयात्मा कालं पराख्यम् अनुभूय पर Swayambhu. After experiencing the inhabitable time of the three modes of material nature known as two parardhas, Lord Brahma closes the material universe, which is covered by layers of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego. And then, after closing down this Brahmanda, Lord Brahma goes back to Godhead. Swayambhu Brahma goes back to Godhead at the end of two parardhas. Purport. The word avyakritam is very significant in this verse. The same meaning is stated in Bhagavad Gita also by the word sanatan. The material world is vyakrita, means subjected to vikar, subjected to changes, and then finally it dissolves. Vyakrita means something material, temporary, that is subjected to transformation and changes. But spiritual sky is called avyakrita, that which does not change, does not deteriorate. When after ruling over the material universe under the influence of the time element, this time element is the Jadiyakal, the material time element, Lord Brahma desires to dissolve the universe and enter into the kingdom of God. Because Brahmaji also is a devotee, pure devotee. And Brahmaji is performing the seva in this world, but Brahmaji always ultimately wants to go to Vaikuntha. So, at the end of his life, Lord Brahma winds up this material universe and then he goes to the kingdom of God. Srila Prabhupada says, others then enter with him. Those who have attained Lord Brahma, those who have reached Satyalok and the higher planets, Lord Brahma may take them with him to the Vaikuntha. Text 10. Evam paritya Bhagavantam anupravishta ye yogino jitamarun manaso viraga tenaiva sakamamritam purusham puranam brahma pradhanam upayant agatabhimana. The yogis who become detached from the material world by practice of breathing exercises and control of the mind reach the planet of Lord Brahma, which is far, far away. Yogis, they become detached from material world. They practice pranayam, they practice yogasana, ashtanga yoga, control the mind. If they meditate on the planet of Lord Brahma, they will go there. The ashtanga yogis, dhyana yogis, whatever they meditate on, they can get. They meditate on the moon planet, they can go to moon planet. They meditate on the planet of Lord Brahma, they will go to Satyalok. After giving up their bodies, they enter into the body of Lord Brahma. And therefore, when Brahma is liberated and goes to the supreme personality of Godhead, who is the supreme Brahman, such yogis can also enter into the kingdom of God. So basically, all these yogis who pass away at auspicious time with their yogic power, they transfer themselves to Lord Brahma's planet. They will stay there for many years. And when Lord Brahma dies, Lord Brahma will take them to Vaikuntha. By perfecting their yogic practice, in the purport Srila Prabhupada is writing, yogis can reach the highest planet, Brahmalok or Satyalok. And after giving up their material bodies, they can enter into the body of Lord Brahma. Because they are not directly devotees of Lord Krishna, they cannot get liberation directly. Because mukti pradata sarvesham vishnor eva na samshaya. The Siddhanta in the Shastra is that it is a fact that Lord Vishnu is the only one who can give mukti. Mukti pradata sarvesham, the giver of mukti to everyone, Vishnur eva, it is Lord Vishnu only, na samshaya. There is no doubt about it. Now, of course, Lord Shiva also can give liberation because Lord Shiva is not an ordinary demigod. Lord Shiva is a very special form of Krishna. Just like milk transforms into yogurt, Lord Krishna's manifestation is Lord Shiva. So, Lord Shiva is very special. But otherwise, other devatas, they cannot give liberation. So, like that. They have to wait because they are devotees of the demigods or they have done a lot of yogic practice. They have fixed their mind on the highest planet of the universe, Brahmalok, and after that they go there. Then, because they have not done bhakti of Lord Vishnu, they have to wait until Lord Brahma is liberated. And only then, along with Brahma, they are also liberated. So they will attain Yanti Devavrata Devan. You think of Brahmadev, you worship Brahmadev, you will go to the planet of Brahmadev. And then when will I go to Vaikuntha? That depends on Brahmadev. Srila Prabhupada once said that those who are sincere, devoted, proper followers of Jesus Christ, they will attain the planet of Lord Brahma. And then when Lord Brahma dies, Lord Brahma will take them to Vaikuntha. Srila Prabhupada said that. Because there are some Christians, Benedictine monks, and some other lines in Christianity who are very similar to the Vaishnava faith. They are celibate, they never have any sexual life. They spend their life studying the Holy Bible, meditating on Jesus Christ, meditating on the kingdom of God, and praying, praying for purification, praying for the mercy of the Lord. They live a very holy life and helping others also become more spiritual. When such a person dies, naturally that person will, and they are vegetarian. They are vegetarian. The Benedictine monks are vegetarian. So such people, they are devotees. They are Vaishnavas, and they will ultimately get the supreme abode. They don't know the details of the spiritual world, but they will evolve. They may get it from Lord Brahma, like that. Text 11. अथ तं सर्वभूतानां हृत्पद्मेषु कृतालयं श्रुतानुभावं शरणं व्रजभावेन भामिनी. Therefore, Bhamini, my dear mother, by devotional service, take direct shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is seated in everyone's heart. This is the instruction of Lord Kapil Dev to his mother, that don't do indirect bhakti. Don't go to the planet of Brahmadev. Don't go to planet of Somdev, moon. Don't go to planet of Surya Dev, sun god. Don't go to the planet of Ganapati. Don't go to the planet of this demigod, that demigod. No. Don't worship different demigods. You direct take shelter of Lord Hari, Lord Krishna. And that way, don't even be a devotee of Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Because again, there is no Leela there. Yesterday in Bhakti Shastra, we were discussing the difference between Bhagavan realization, Paramatma realization. Paramatma realization is realization of the Purusha avatar. Just like Garbhodakshay Vishnu, there is Kshirodakshay Vishnu. So, better than Brahman realization and Paramatma realization, the complete realization is Bhagavan realization, which includes the other two realizations. So, here clearly Lord Kapil Dev is saying Therefore, ata means therefore mother, bhamini means mother. Atha tam sarva bhutana, hrit padmeshu kritalayam. That Lord who is residing in everyone's heart, the Supreme Lord, you take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Directly take shelter of Lord Hari. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, one can attain direct contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in full Krishna consciousness and revive one's eternal relationship with Him as lover, as Supreme Soul, as son, as a friend, or as a master. These are the different relationships. Shantaras, Dasyaras, Sakhyaras, Vatsalyaras, Madhuraras. Different relationships that we can have with Krishna. Srila Prabhupada is saying we can attain direct contact with Bhagwan, with Krishna, in full Krishna consciousness and revive one's eternal relationship with Him. Now, today I was discussing Anuradha Lila Mataji. See, Prabhupada is saying revive one's eternal relationship with Him as a lover, as a son, as a friend, as a master. One can re-establish the transcendental loving relationship with the Supreme Lord in so many ways. And that feeling is true oneness. We become one with Krishna in love. Now, this, according to our Shastra, according to Vedanta Sutra, and according to the teachings of all acharyas, including Srila Prabhupada, it is not that we had a relationship with Krishna and then we fell in Maya. But yes, Srila Prabhupada has said both the things. Srila Prabhupada has said that we never fell from Vaikuntha, and then there are some statements like this also of Srila Prabhupada's, where these words are used: revive, back to Godhead. We have to understand them, not take them out of context and see them as independent statements. We have to see Srila Prabhupada's teachings in totality. And we have to see Srila Prabhupada's teachings as coming from the Vedas, coming from the authentic Shastra. Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, Pancharatrim, Vidhim Vina, Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir, Utpatya eva Kalpate. If we practice bhakti, devotional service, not on the basis of Shruti, Smriti. Shruti means the Vedas, Upanishads, like Ishopanishad, Gopal Tapani Upanishad. And Smriti means the Puranas, like Bhagavad Mahapuran, Srimad Bhagavatam, Padma Puran, Vishnu Puran, etc. And Pancharatri Vidhi, given to us by Lord Shiva, Srimad Narad Muni, that teaches us how to do deity worship and other Vaishnava Vidhis. If we perform bhakti without referring to these authentic Shastras, Shruti, Smriti, Puran Adi, Pancharatrim Vidhim Vina, Aikantiki Harer Bhakti, we may do one-pointed Hari Bhakti. We may call ourselves Vaishnavas. Utpate vahi kalpate. But it is simply a disturbance in society. It is not real bhakti. So therefore, we have to see Srila Prabhupada's teachings in totality. And we have to see Srila Prabhupada's teachings as Srila Prabhupada's teachings are based on the authentic Shastra. Srila Prabhupada did not create his own philosophy. In no sampradaya, no acharya ever said that we fell from Vaikuntha. Sripad Ramanujacharya never said that. Sripad Madhvacharya never said that. Shri Nimbarkacharya never said that. Shri Vishnu Swami never said that. Sripad Vallabhacharya never said that. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never said that. Why Srila Prabhupada will say like that? So when Srila Prabhupada is saying like this, we have to understand the context based on time, place, circumstances. Srila Prabhupada is preaching at that time mainly to the Western audience who come from the culture of the original sin, the forbidden apple, the fall. And to a certain extent, this type of language that Srila Prabhupada is using here, it stirs us into action. that, oh, I want to be with Krishna. I want to revive my relationship with Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada is very strategically and very wisely in all his spiritual wisdom is using these words, because this is exactly what we need to hear. This is exactly what we need to understand. At the same time, we should not think that Srila Prabhupada created some new philosophy, because I have heard some devotees speak like this. But Prabhuji, in Vedanta Sutta, it is said that uh, Anavritti se Shabdat, don't tell me Shastra. Prabhupada said this, that's it. Don't talk to me about Shastra. Prabhupada said this. That is a wrong attitude. You are separating Srila Prabhupada from the Shastra. Srila Prabhupada never left the authentic Shastra and talk something whimsical or something of his own. Never Prabhupada. Prabhupada is an authentic Acharya. Prabhupada will never speak one word that is out of line with the statements of the previous Acharyas in the Parampara and Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, to say that we were in Golok Vrindavan, we had a relationship with Krishna, because Srila Prabhupada is saying here, revive a relationship. That means I had a relationship before. And then Krishna sent me to get a flower, and I went to fetch a flower in Golok Vrindavan one fine day, and I picked up the flower. And oh, I thought, oh, nice flower. Maybe I should have it. And then I fell into the material world. Sometimes such preaching is done. But this is pure mental speculation. Where does it say in Shastra? This is not to be found in Shastra. So you have to understand Srila Prabhupada's teachings in totality. This is exactly how the Ritvik Vada came. They have taken one letter of Srila Prabhupada and based their entire understanding of the Diksha process based on that one letter. But no, His Holiness Srila Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj says we have to understand Srila Prabhupada's teachings in totality. In totality. So many times Srila Prabhupada has emphasized the importance of parampara, the importance of going to a living spiritual master with whom you can discuss, with whom you can ask questions, who you can render personal service to. And nowhere Srila Prabhupada ever said that I will be the last initiating guru in the parampara. No. And then ultimately, one can argue as much as one can argue, but ultimately you see the result. If this whole Diksha process was wrong, then how come there is so much empowerment in ISKCON? How come thousands and hundreds and thousands of devotees are getting connected? Are all of them non bona fide disciples? If their Diksha is null and void, then how there is so much empowerment? If Srila Prabhupada is displeased by this Diksha process, then how there is so much empowerment? So this we have to understand. We have to understand Srila Prabhupada's teachings in totality. We should not separate Srila Prabhupada from the parampara by making him a standalone authority. No. Srila Prabhupada's teachings are in perfect harmony with the teachings of the Sampradaya. Srila Prabhupada's teachings are in perfect harmony with the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the Pranam Mantra we say, Srila Prabhupada gave this Pranam Mantra, Gauravani Pracharine. Srila Prabhupada is Gauravani Pracharine. He is repeating the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never said that we were in Golok Vrindavan. Have you read in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Rupa Shiksha, Mahaprabhu saying, hey Rupa, we were in Golok Vrindavan and then we fell from there. Krishna Bhuliya Seji Anadi Bahirmukh. There was never a beginning to our fall. We never fell. Anadi Bahirmukh means we have always been fallen. That is Anadi. We say Anadi Radir Govinda. Krishna who has no origin, no beginning. Similarly, Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev in Chaitanya Charitamrita himself says, Krishna Bhuliya Seji Anadi Bahirmukh. We have always been Krishna Bahirmukh. But at the same time, We belong to the Tatastha Shakti, which according to Jaiva Dharma is an offshoot of the internal potency. Therefore, our ultimate ashraya is Srimati Radharani. She is the ashraya vigraha, and Krishna is the Vishaya vigraha. We have to take shelter of Daivi Prakriti Mashrita. Mahatmanastvam Partha, Daivim Prakriti Mashrita. We have to take shelter of the Daivi Prakriti. Otherwise, we will take shelter of the material energy and suffer, which we are doing right now. So, like that. And towards the end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada says something very sweet. Lord Kapiladev therefore addressed his mother as Bhamini to indicate that Sri Devahuti Devi was already thinking of Lord Kapiladev as her son, which is perfection. We should have a sambandha with Krishna. We should have a sambandha with the Supreme Lord. And we should pray. Those of us who don't know our sambandha with Krishna, we should pray that Srila Prabhupada, my dear Guru Maharaj, Shishi Gaur Nitai, Radha Krishna, please give me some inspiration. I want to have some bhav for you. Without a relationship, without a bhav, how we can serve? In Marathi, they say, Mani nahi bhav mane deva mala pav. In your mind, you don't have any bhav for Krishna, and then you say, Krishna, I must attain you. How you will attain Krishna when you don't have any feelings for Krishna? Personal feelings for Krishna. Here Devahuti Mata has personal feelings for Bhagwan Kapil Dev, that he is my son. So that types of feeling we should develop. I am a servant of Krishna. Or Krishna is my son, or Krishna is my friend. Whatever it is, we should have a personal relationship with Krishna. And for that, we should pray and perform our Vaidhi Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti very nicely. And then slowly, slowly, in our heart, we will get inspiration. We will feel natural inclination. And then we should pray for that. So, like that, here in this last verse we discussed today, verse number 11, Bhagwan Kapil Dev is saying we should take direct to Krishna consciousness, not here, no. Direct we should do. And Sharanam Vraja Bhavena Bhamini. We should have bhav. We should have some feelings for Krishna. Like that. And then from verse number 12, Krishna willing, we will continue day after tomorrow. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This is the second last chapter of this canto, and I think it will go quick. There are around 40 some verses in this chapter. So we should definitely be able to finish it in 3 to 4 sessions. Today was the first session of this chapter, and then one more chapter, and then exam. And I promise I will correct all your papers someday. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll stop here. Are there any questions or comments? Mukta Sangha Prabhu, I was very happy to be with you. I'm feeling separation from you. And okay, so no questions. So we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। निताई गौर हरि बोल। जय जय श्री राधे श्याम।
you very much, Dhanavad.
हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू। हरे कृष्णा।
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Dhanyavad
Prabhuji.
Ji.
Prabhuji, धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभु जी।